Hi everyone and welcome to chapter number 7 of our Advanced Statistical Software R class about something called Shiny. And in this first video we are going to take a look at what Shiny actually is, look at some examples, and I'm going to summarize the video by explaining what we are going to do this week or what we are going to do with Shiny in general. So what is Shiny for those who haven't heard of it yet? Here on the right side you can see the logo. Shiny, basically it is an R package. It also exists in Python, but we are going to look at this R package. It is an R package to create interactive web applications. So basically if you want to simplify it, something like an interactive website, it can be created directly from R code, which is really beautiful. You're gonna see that throughout the next sessions in a quite simple process. Of course, it is maybe a little bit more difficult than regular coding, but it's still quite simple for a web development or a web application development. It is mainly intended for data viz and data analysis. For both, it really serves really greatly. And it just has a huge range of options, also complexity. You can build a really quick and dirty, simple, Shiny app. You can also go really into detail and yeah, make a really complex Shiny app. But actually, without further ado, let's look at some examples. I think then it will become more clear what you can do with Shiny. So let me open this. And here I just have a first example from the Shiny gallery. The first example, I intended to have a really simple Shiny app. Here you basically have a data set about geyser eruptions and the duration of geyser eruptions, which is plotted in a histogram. Let me zoom out because it's a little bit cut off. And I told you these are interactive apps, so here I can adjust the number of bins I want to have in my histogram. So what we would do in R with typing some code, here we actually can do it interactively with selecting the number of bins. I can toggle showing individual observations. You can see these tiny little lines here on and off. We can show a density estimate, which you will see at this blue line here, so a density curve. I can even adjust the bandwidth with a slider of this density curve, so you can see how it actually changes if I change something on the slider here. Here it's almost a straight line, and here it almost perfectly mirrors this histogram. So this is just a really simple example how a Shiny app can look like. And what's put down here, we will disregard it for now. I just tell you quickly. This is the code that this is based on. So this is all the code that is needed. 2 R files. One is called UI, user interface, and one is called server, because this is how Shiny apps are created. How the code is split up in the UI, so the user interface, and the server, so the backend, what's happening in the back. Basically, you can disregard this code for now, but you can see we have this interactive web application where we can modify the bins, we can toggle things on and off, we have a slider, and this is quite easy to realize. I think at the end of this class you should be able to create this very Shiny app if you would like to. But from this simplicity we can go even more complex if we want. So let's look at this Shiny app. We have a map, so I think you just had your geospatial session with Jan. Here we have a really cool map visualization of some variables. Here we can select the variable. For example, let's take the median income of locations in the United States. The color, we can actually see this if we scroll down a little bit more. Here we can see the color. The lighter it gets, the higher the median income is. If we zoom in, for example, here on Los Angeles, we can see that this is a little bit more detailed. In the center of Los Angeles, or maybe closer to the coast, the income gets higher, which makes sense because maybe there the living costs are, or the housing costs are higher, so only the rich people can move there, or maybe the other way around. So what we have this map viz, which is really nice. And color was now income, and size was population. So we can even adjust the size of the dots. This is nothing new for you guys because you are proficient ggplot users. But what's special here is the interactive fashion. Even what we also get, we get a scatter plot of here, for example, college education and income. We get some histogram. So we can get a lot of automatic data analysis alongside our map. And this is also not the most difficult Shiny app to create. And even if we have 2 tabs here, we can move to the Data Explorer. And what we can also do is just explore our raw data, which is visualized here. So this would be maybe a little bit more complex Shiny app. And now let's move to something that we can call really shiny, because this is really cool Shiny app about the freedom of press index. So this is just like a really cool websites that you guys probably explore. We can check the freedom of press index over time. Here for the world map, here we can see it on a scatter plot. We can compare countries. Here, for example, it's automatically selected Dominican Republic and the Seychelles. Let's put maybe Germany there. Maybe let's add another country, for example, India or South Korea. So this is really easy to use. If you would check out a website like this, I think you would be impressed, and it's really cool. Of course, this is a complex Shiny app, but all of this can be realized with just the Shiny package. And let's not look at the code now, but maybe we can take a quick look. You can see this code is then in many cases uploaded or shared in GitHub repos, which is really beautiful. It takes a lot of code to create a really cool Shiny app like this. It doesn't take too much code to create a Shiny app like this, because I just told you this is all the code that's needed. So there's a broad range of complexity of what you can do. You can build really nice tools in a quite easy fashion. And that's why we thought this tool is really relevant to show to you. I think it will be cool for you to use and maybe interesting. It might be helpful for your future in a university, or maybe even later in your profession. All right, and then just to finish up, what we are gonna do this week is we are gonna learn some basic Shiny syntax in the next video or next videos. Then at the beginning of the practical on Friday, I will showcase how to build an easy app, or I have built an app and I will show you how I did it. Then we want to build an app together in the practical. So basically I will try to help you a little bit while you build an app. And then in exercise 5, so not the next one, but exercise 5, the second to last one, you will build your own app as a deliverable. There will be even 20, not only 15 points for this exercise. So I think it's worth listening and spending some time and attention this week in our R class. All right, and with that, we will move to the next video.